You have Judgment Day. Is there someone from Raw or SmackDown that, besides Becky Lynch, let's put her to the side for 1 second, even though we're not going to put that aside at No Mercy, September 30th. But is anyone from Raw and SmackDown that you'd like to see come to NXT, or you go to Raw and SmackDown to compete against?
Yeah, I've definitely said this before, but I'll say it again. Charlotte Flair. She's part of the reason why I got into wrestling. She was the first, women's wrestler that I saw on my TV screen. And when I saw her, I was immediately, just taken back of someone who, was so beautiful, was so strong, could do all the flips and the gymnastics. And I thought it was so cool. So I think Charlotte Flair is definitely a huge dream match for me.
Now, for the wrestlers in the locker room with you right now, all the women, do they look at Charlotte Flair as, like, Eddie Guerrero seems to be this person everyone's inspired by? Is Charlotte Flair, for you and your generation and the people who are involved in the locker room NXT, look at Charlotte Flair in that light?
Oh, for sure. I definitely think Charlotte Flair is, that girl that everyone looks at and is immediately like, wow, I want to be that one day, or I want to, be there where she is and, be able to wrestle like her or just be able to hold their own like her.
Now, do you have a Mount Rushmore for professional women's wrestlers? Because there are so many good ones out there, but do you have a particular group that you put together?
I believe the Four Horsewomen would be, the Mount Rushmore of women's wrestling for sure.
Yes, all four of them inspired so many different people in different ways. We all leave home sometimes. We're all going to come back home eventually. So I'm excited for someday a four horsewomen fatal four-way at WrestleMania night 2. It's going to happen someday. I hope. I'll keep praying to the wrestling gods. Though Endeavor, huge news, recently announced UFC and the WWE formed a 21 plus billion-dollar global live sports and entertainment company. Rumors are running wild that they want to have a WWE premium live event and a UFC pay-per-view on the same weekend. So to combo with SmackDown Friday and then UFC, the WWE. Let's throw NXT in there as well. Thursday night sounds like a good night for a PLE for NXT. First off, let's talk about this merger because this is the biggest thing that's happened in wrestling ever. And then on top of that, NXT, let's hear their voice. Let's hear them inside this huge weekend we're talking about.
Yeah. I'm definitely excited for the future for WWE. I think the merger is awesome. But I'm also, excited to even be a wrestler around this time. And yeah, I think it's amazing.
It is outstanding to see what's going on though right now. And recently though, when you did lose, I'll have to bring it up again, when you did lose to Becky Lynch, the NXT Women's Championship, there was this term I kept seeing on Twitter. Buried. Well, it's called X, I guess now. Buried. She's been buried. A lot of people, especially people from Busted Open Radio, defended how it was not a how were you buried when 1 million people watched this match and now know you more than ever. How do you feel about that term? Did you feel buried?
No, not even in the slightest. I feel like even being in the same ring with Becky Lynch just immediately makes my stock go up. I definitely feel like Becky brought out the best in me in that match. And even though I lost the title, I feel like I did not come out with a loss. Like, I feel like I gained so much from that one match, even though I lost.
Yeah, of course. Now, when you have people like, I almost called her a veteran, but I guess she is a veteran compared to some people in NXT, is she giving her advice? Are people taking it in? Because again, someone who won a Royal Rumble, main event at WrestleMania, like she is a history maker involved with you as well. Is she guiding and giving some advice backstage?
Of course, she's always, trying to help out the younger talent. She wants the best for everybody there, and you can definitely tell that for sure.
Man, you recently on NXT threw a scathing line at her saying if you on television didn't slip up, well, we haven't discovered if this is real or not yet, slipped up and said her name, she would have been finding a talent at a retirement home for some clout. And oh my, that was a chef's kiss moment for you. Now, is this something you're sitting backstage going, I have a line that I cannot wait to throw at her because it's going to hit her right in the face.
I did not know it was gonna hit her right in the face, but I'm glad it did. I definitely feel like that line was very valid, and I had to get it out. I had to let her know.